Breathing. It's something we do without even thinking, yet it's crucial for life. Our respiratory system, a complex network of organs and tissues, orchestrates this vital process. Its main job is gas exchange, taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. But that's not all. The respiratory system also helps regulate the pH of our blood, ensuring a stable internal environment. And let's not forget its role in voice production, allowing us to communicate and express ourselves. From the moment we take our first breath to our very last, the respiratory system works tirelessly. It's a testament to the intricate design of the human body and a vital player in keeping us alive and well. Breathing might seem simple, but it's a carefully coordinated process. It all starts with the diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle below the lungs. When we inhale, the diaphragm contracts and flattens, creating more space in the chest cavity. This expansion lowers the air pressure inside the lungs, causing air to rush in from the outside. That's right, air flows from an area of high pressure to low pressure. Exhalation is mostly a passive process. The diaphragm relaxes and returns to its dome shape, compressing the lungs and pushing air out. It's like deflating a balloon. The air naturally escapes. Our lungs are like bellows, constantly expanding and contracting. But how much air can they actually hold? Well, that's where lung volumes and capacities come in. Think of tidal volume as the amount of air you breathe in and out during a normal breath. It's usually around half a liter. Now take a deep breath in. That extra air you inhaled is your inspiratory reserve volume. And after a normal exhale, you can still force more air out. That's your expiratory reserve volume. These volumes, along with the residual volume, the air always left in the lungs, make up your total lung capacity. The real magic happens deep inside the lungs in tiny air sacs called alveoli. These microscopic structures are surrounded by a network of capillaries, the smallest blood vessels in your body. Oxygen from the inhaled air diffuses across the thin alveolar walls and into the capillaries, where it binds to red blood cells. At the same time, carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses into the alveoli to be exhaled. This process, driven by differences in partial pressures, ensures that oxygen-rich blood is delivered to the body's tissues, while carbon dioxide, a waste product of metabolism, is removed. It's a delicate balance, essential for life. Section 5. Oxygen delivery: how red blood cells transport oxygen. Red blood cells are like tiny delivery trucks, transporting oxygen throughout the body. The key to their oxygen-carrying capacity lies in a special protein called hemoglobin. Each hemoglobin molecule can bind to 4 oxygen molecules. This binding is reversible, allowing oxygen to be released where it's needed most in the body's tissues. Think of it like a key fitting into a lock. Oxygen binds to hemoglobin in the lungs, where oxygen concentration is high. Then in the tissues where oxygen concentration is low, the oxygen is released. Section 6. Carbon dioxide removal, a vital waste product. Just as we need to deliver oxygen, we also need to remove carbon dioxide, a byproduct of cellular metabolism. Carbon dioxide is transported in the blood in several ways. Some carbon dioxide dissolves directly in the plasma, while a small amount binds to hemoglobin. But the majority of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate ions. This conversion from carbon dioxide to bicarbonate ions occurs in red blood cells, aided by an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase. The bicarbonate ions then travel in the blood to the lungs, where the process is reversed and carbon dioxide is exhaled. Section 7. The breathing control center: neural and chemical regulation. Ever wondered how your body knows how fast to breathe? The answer lies in the brainstem, which houses the respiratory control center. This control center receives input from various sources, including chemoreceptors and mechanoreceptors. Chemoreceptors, located in the brain and blood vessels, are sensitive to changes in blood pH, carbon dioxide, and oxygen levels. For example, if carbon dioxide levels rise, chemoreceptors send signals to the respiratory control center to increase breathing rate. Mechanoreceptors, found in the lungs and chest wall, detect changes in lung volume and pressure. This information helps fine-tune breathing patterns, ensuring that ventilation matches the body's needs. Section 8. Respiratory adaptations from exercise to high altitudes. Our respiratory system is remarkably adaptable, adjusting to meet the body's demands in various situations. During exercise, for example, breathing rate and depth increase to supply the muscles with more oxygen and remove excess carbon dioxide. At high altitudes, where oxygen levels are lower, the body undergoes a series of adaptations. These include increased ventilation, production of more red blood cells, and enhanced oxygen uptake in the tissues. These adaptations allow the body to function effectively, even in oxygen-deprived environments, highlighting the resilience of the human respiratory system. Section 9. When breathing gets tough. Common respiratory conditions. Unfortunately, the respiratory system is not immune to problems. From the common cold to more serious conditions like asthma and pneumonia, respiratory illnesses can significantly impact our health and well-being. Asthma, for instance, is characterized by inflammation and narrowing of the airways, making breathing difficult. Pneumonia, on the other hand, is an infection of the lungs that can lead to fluid buildup in the alveoli, impairing gas exchange. Understanding these conditions and seeking prompt medical attention is crucial for managing symptoms and preventing complications.